Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
And welcome to the Reconstructing History podcast. I'm Bob.
I'm Kass.
And together we
That's
are...
kind of corny. Don't you think that's corny? I think that's corny. Don't
Of course
you think
it's
that's
corny. Anyway, it's...
Oh my God, your hair.
I know, right? We're still in lockdown, kind of. They opened up for people like, I keep wanting to say coppers. They've opened up for hair studios.
The contact professions.
Yes.
You can go to your hair salon, you can go to your massage therapist.
You can go to the gym. No, you can go to the gym.
You can go to the gym, and you can go to your prostitute. Your
Yes.
legal Dutch prostitute.
Isn't that nice? I've never been. But, bucket list.
They wear masks.
That's kinky. Anyway, the weather continues mixed, foul, and fair. It's a maritime climate here.
Yeah.
It rains, then it's sunny, then it rains. Wait 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's dreary. It's January.
Yep.
It's no big deal.
What other news have we got? Oh, how's your shoulder?
Oh, my shoulder is doing really a lot better. Thank you very much for asking. Yesterday, I spent all day doing pattern work, which is something I haven't spent a full day doing pattern work in months because my shoulder's been so bad. And I really thought I pushed it too far yesterday. Matter of fact, I said to you, oh, I better stop because I'm going to start hurting my shoulder. And then I kept going because that's the kind of person, always working for you. No, when I have a thing, I can't stand to not complete a thing. So I didn't want to stop for fear that then I wouldn't be able to do it again for a week. So I kept going, and strangely, it was good for my shoulder. It actually felt better.
Yeah,
I felt more mobile.
You remarked to me,
Yeah, I mean, I was sore.
Yeah.
But not, I wasn't in pain.
a good sore, like a workout sore.
Yeah, and then I went to sleep and I slept well, which is the
Rare.
ultimate
Usually
test.
she's throwing elbows and,
Yeah, and just waking up in the middle of the night.
You get out.
Just bitchy because I can't get comfortable. And it's no one's fault, but I blame him. Because
Why not?
That's what husbands are for.
Yep. If something goes wrong in your life and your husband's not there to hear it. No, wait.
No, as if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it,
is it still the husband's fault? Yeah. So that's, and good news, my eyes are getting better. Yeah, I thought for a while there that I was going blind, but I'm not. And it turns out that my prescription is wrong.
I told you.
And my right eye is actually getting better.
The same thing happened to me about 10 years ago. I was like, why can't I see? Why can't I see? And I went to the ophthalmologist, because I was sure I had some eye disease. And he was like, no, you're getting old. And I was like, what? He's like, your eyes are actually getting better. Yeah,
and my ophthalmologist told me that my eyes are getting better. And I'm going to need bifocals.
Yeah. And my prescription hasn't changed like in 10 years.
Yeah, well.
Except that my short vision is getting worse.
Count yourself lucky.
Yeah.
So that's our health woes. See how old we're getting? We're telling you all about our health woes.
Old and decrepit.
I'm like my mom. Anyway.
You're really not.
We've been hard at work.
Yes.
That's the other news.
Yeah.
We've been hard at work beavering away at the updated patterns that we've been telling you about.
Beavering.
Yeah.
You had to say
Gnawing.
My cousin used to call me Beaver when I was a child because I had buck teeth.
Well,
It's a source of some...
Your cousin's a dick.
Well, yeah, my cousin is a dick. But, source of some terrible pain. And then,
So is biting people.
Yeah.
So
I bit.
Yeah, we told you in previous podcasts that we were in the process of working on updating and revamping a lot of our patterns. Mm-hmm. And we are steadily at work on that. We've done, what, half a dozen, 8? Something like that.
I think we've done more than that, but I'll go through them in a second.
They're done and in the can. So which ones are they?
So they are 1008, which is the Edwardian woman's vest.
Right.
942, which is the Victorian woman's vest.
Right. 943.
943, which is the Victorian bodice for all.
Right.
946, which is the skirt for all.
Right, okay.
960, which is the overdrape, the Victorian drape skirt, overskirt thing. And the 2 bustles, 963 and 964.
The cage bustle and the padded bustle.
Yeah. So those are all, in addition, 201, the English jacket and petticoat, and 101, the 17th century cavalier bodice and petticoat,
petticoat,
are also...
203? The
203.
The Elizabethan corset.
Yes, the Elizabethan corset has been revamped. The Elizabethan, the two corsets.
Right.
203. The Elizabethan corsets.
And 7-Eleven, the Golden Age of Piracy
Golden
stays.
Age of Piracy stays, and 833, the 18th century stays.
Yeah, the mid to late 18th century stays.
All of those have been revamped. Most of those, all of those except the Victorians. I should say, all of those except the Victorian skirts and bustles were revamped in the summer. So if you've bought them since May or June, you've already got the revamped version. But the others,
are new.
Yeah, the Victorian ones we just redid.
So yeah, we've made quite a bit of progress there.
Yes.
And we're going to keep steaming away. Our plan is to rework the layouts.
Yes.
For A0.
Yes.
Which is a paper size, but it's a convenient paper size for those of you who like to purchase downloads.
Yes.
Because many print shops don't like to deal with wider paper than A0, and we generally have things laid out for our own convenience, which is 36 inches wide.
Oh, yes, because we used to, 36 inches wide is architectural size,
right.
Paper size E, and that was the size that we printed on. When someone else printed our patterns, it was a blueprint printer who worked with architects.
And they insisted on Archie.
And they wanted us to print on Archie, so I laid everything out on Archie, and that's why everything is that way.
Right.
When we bought a printer that would print Archie. Well, it also prints A0, because A0 is narrower.
Right.
So we've finally been convinced that we should lay things out in A0. So I'm doing that, but don't make an assumption yet. If the pattern description doesn't say A0, it's not going to be an A0.
So.
And, because it's going to take quite time for me to go. I could go through and put them all in A0, in a couple of days. But since we're...
A couple of days.
No, I could.
Okay.
I could do it. It would be ugly, but I could do it.
Right.
But because we're revamping the instructions, because we're testing the patterns, because we're putting the patterns in the made-to-measure software, there's no reason why I would take a pattern.
Duplicating effort.
Yeah.
So we're doing it all at once as we go, one pattern at a time.
Yes. So, and it won't take forever. We have a dog.
He's going to be out of shot again.
He's going to be out of shot again, but you can see I'm petting a dog. And you're probably hearing a dog.
Maybe the nosy will end up in there.
No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to get close enough to be in the shot. Just close enough to.
He doesn't like it when we talk.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
He's used to us sitting here tapping away on our laptops, being incredibly silent.
He doesn't like when we speak clearly. He doesn't mind if we mutter to each other, but he doesn't like when we speak clearly. I think he thinks we're yelling.
Yeah, he thinks mommy and daddy are fighting.
He's gonna crawl into your lap in a second.
He might.
Yes, I don't know.
So
anyway, so we're working really hard on that, and it's a lot. And
yeah.
I'm sitting here, as I'm sitting here, no lie, my shoulder is throbbing.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done anything.
In anticipation.
My shoulder doesn't hurt this much when I'm actually doing the pattern work. But it's throbbing right now, and the idea of doing so much work, which is ridiculous, because yesterday I did all of this work. I converted like 6 patterns or something, and relayed them out and everything, and...
Yeah, and we're doing... and
it didn't hurt at all.
I know, and it's the stuff that I'm doing too, because I got a lovely little toy. You might be aware that I do a lot of the illustrations in the interiors. Well, I got a lovely little drawing tablet that connects to my laptop. So rather than what I used to do, which is do things on paper, I would, like the old comic book way, on paper, in pencils, then inks, and then Kass would digitize them. We're just doing all digital now. I'm just doing it all in Photoshop.
Yeah, which
and Illustrator.
Skips a huge step.
Skips a huge step, but it's taking me forever to get a process down, because it is a lot different. If you've ever used one of these drawing tablets, it's a lot different to actually using a pen on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's a learning curve like anything else.
It is, but I'm getting used to it.
And new software and all that.
Thanks to my sweetie, I got a new electronic toy to play with.
Anything to make you go faster, 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 faster.
Faster is better.
When you have 400 patterns, you can't take all day doing one illustration.
No.
And not that you ever took all day doing one illustration, but yeah.
But now I can do, 4 things. Even with my slow process, I can do 4 illos in an hour, where it used to take me an hour to do 1.
Yeah. So the good news is we've heard feedback from you that you'd like to see more illustrations in the instructions. So now there are going to be more illustrations in the instructions. And we're also rereading the instructions for clarity.
Right.
So if you have anything that you've read recently that didn't make sense to you, or an error, if you found an error in one of our patterns, please drop us an email at info@reconstructinghistory.com, because now is the time to tell us.
Yeah.
Because we're fixing them.
And we have a spreadsheet of things we need to tick off. We're using our organizational software. Thank you, Trello. Because whoa dang, having things, we nearly got into a bit of a tiff the other day because we had been talking about things, and usually we don't talk to each other, which is why Flash gets mad. If we need to talk about business stuff, we do it on Google Chat, because that way there's a written record somewhere, or via email.
Yeah, and I like Google Chat, not just because there's a written record, because sometimes you say something and I forget what you said, and so I can go back and look at it rather than ask you.
Yeah.
And you go, I forget.
Yeah. So because memory is shot.
Or so when he says, I never said that, I can go, look, you typed it.
Which happens sometimes.
But
now we decided I use Trello for my side gig, and it really does help to organize things if you've got multiple projects on at once, or you've got different bits of a project at different stages.
Yeah, so when he reads through the instructions, he can send me comments, and then I can send to him, please make an illustration for this step or whatever.
Yeah. So,
and it's working really well. I'm really glad that
the flow is working well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm riddled with ADHD. So if I don't have some means of organizing where I am, I'm fond of saying I'd forget my own mother if she didn't wear a name tag. And it's absolutely true.
The way I do it is I put it all in a calendar, and then I go through the calendar, and mark the steps off. And I don't like stopping in the middle of something.
Right.
When I finish it, that whole thing is finished.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's impossible.
It is, and when we're doing batches like we're doing of 6 patterns, and there's multiple illustrations that need to be done per pattern, there's no way that's all getting done at once.
Yeah.
Or now we have to read the instructions, and then we have to edit, then we have to, is it ready for layout, what's going on? Well, now we have the workspace.
Yeah.
So we're organized, we're energized, we're healing from various maladies. So we're kicking its ass, I think.
Yes, and one thing that we've completed this week that we didn't mention yet is the 15th Century Men's Getting Dressed Guide is now live. Those of you who ordered it with our special 12 Days Till Christmas package before Christmas, you've already received it. You should have received an email from our website containing the download link to it. If you didn't, please email us at info@reconstructinghistory.com and we'll set you up.
Yep.
Those of you who would like to buy it new, it is on the website under the, you have to go to the drop-down menu and go to ebooks and Getting Dressed Guides.
It should be under the medieval category too, I would think.
I think it's in the medieval category.
There are multiple ways to get at it.
15th century category. Yeah. There's a bunch of categories, it's in them all. If you go to the front page of the website and type in 15th, it'll be one of the things that comes up in the search. So that's live and available. So we finished that this week as well.
Yep.
So we have
we're using the hell out of our Adobe Creative Suite subscription.
Oh my God. Adobe hates us because
I know.
I've been an Adobe customer for so long, I'm paying a really, really small fee.
Still worth it.
I bought it when you got it on discs.
Yeah.
And way, way, way back when you got it on discs.
And then they had CDs.
Yes. No, CDs.
They came
were
on
CDs.
Okay.
Yeah, it was too big to fit on a floppy.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first CDs you got to download.
So yeah, we've been burning the hell out of our Creative Suite account and having fun.
And also, work on the made-to-measure patterns is going ahead. Believe it or not, with all of this, I've still had time to lay out made-to-measure patterns. So I'm knocking down my list of you wonderful people who helped us buy the software back last February.
Yep.
I'm going down the list and fulfilling things. If you ordered a made-to-measure pattern back in February in particular, and you have not gotten an email from me asking for your measurements, please email me at info@reconstructinghistory.com. I have sent out emails to everyone asking for measurements, but I think we have a spam situation.
We might, yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not ready to give me measurements, please send me an email and say, I would like to wait. You can wait for years. It doesn't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, you have one made-to-measure pattern coupon waiting for you.
This coupon is redeemable in perpetuity.
Yeah. You're not going to lose if you don't.
It won't expire.
Yeah. But if you do want a made-to-measure pattern and you haven't given me measurements yet, please email me and say, you never asked for my measurements. What do you need? If you've told me which pattern you want, we've already had an email exchange, and I've replied to that email exchange and asked you for measurements, but perhaps you didn't get that. So if you're not ready to send me your measurements, just send me an email and say, not ready yet, Kass, and it's fine. And then I will put that to the side. I'll put a mark in my other spreadsheet. And I'll know, not to bother you until you come to me and say, I'm ready to go. But if you are waiting and you're wondering why I'm not asking for measurements, I probably asked and we're just not connecting.
Yeah.
So now is the time to email me and say, you asked.
Here you go.
Here you go. Mm-hmm. And then we'll sort that out. So
we'll keep cranking on that. Matter of fact, that's why we're going to have a bit of a short podcast / video today, because we're still cranking on things.
Yeah. Back to the pattern mines.
Yeah, back to the illustration mines, back to my drawing tablet.
I know. Seriously, Jerry just said that and my shoulder started going bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
yeah, right. But
oh my God.
It is what it is, and that's what we've promised you, so this is what we're going to continue to do.
So yeah, for the near future, I mean, there are some new patterns we really want to develop, but I feel that we have such a backlog with the made-to-measure patterns and with improving the instructions of the older patterns.
Fun must wait.
Fun must wait.
Until we get the old stuff knocked into better shape.
But, because a change is as good as a rest, I like to say, I might sneak in some new, if I can convince you to do new illustrations.
Oh God, here we go.
I mean, you don't care, right? A
No,
new illustration and an old illustration is the same.
It's still a challenge.
Still, you're doing the illustration.
It's still a challenge, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's
Believe
fun.
me. So that's what we got.
That's what we got, and
Is that everything? Let me see.
I think that's everything that's on the list.
Men's guide.
So what
Made to measure.
are we going to tell you now? The same thing we tell you at the end of every video, kids. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you have suggestions, if you have things you want to see, you want us to talk about, because Kass's Cabbage is coming up on our next episode.
If we ever do it again.
We will do it.
Kind of got out of hand on you last time.
Yeah, well, I've got a chair and a bullwhip. So, hit us up in the comments. Hit us up to an email, info@reconstructinghistory.com. Come visit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all that stuff. We have plenty of stuff to share with you. And with that, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
So all that's left to say is bye.
Bye.